This is called Make the Most of It, and it includes a poem I wrote in 10th grade, so you're not going to say all this. To read or not to read, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous shame, or by sitting down, end them. That's a melodramatic way to say what I'm about to show you should never see the light of day. But here we go. Wishful thinking, so I realize with head sinking, these things are not reciprocated unless perhaps it might be fated. No, I banish all such hopes away, never to see the light of day. Wishful thinking, all wishful thinking of summer spent with arms linking, moments spent not alone, of all emotions fully known. Hopeless, pointless fantasy is all they are, but fantasy can bring us far. Oh, if only it were more than simple wishful thinking. Now, I can hear your eyes rolling, like dice in a cup, and that's an appropriate metaphor, because I'm gambling that embedded in my eminent embarrassment is an embryo of explanation, or at least exploitation. Think of me as the embodiment of Hot Topic, making money off teen angst and the torturous transition from tot to teen to too old. I will spur transaction with lines that are the linguistic equivalent of a mass-produced Anarchist A t-shirt, conveniently available in 3 colors to match your garish anti-establishment tube socks. Shame isn't shame, and pain isn't pain when it's used for gain. Hey, don't blame me, that's just the mechanics of the market at work. Here, I'll throw in a little pop culture reference to make you feel better. You can't read my... That's right, just dance. Just prance and smirk, because you know that I know that you know people tend to laugh when you say you read poetry. Well, it's true, and my name is maimed, but remain on the line, because before all this is said and done, I bet I can charge your credit card at least $19.99. See, I'm out to make the best of it, to use the clouded nightmares I still get from high school. The ones that cling to me in the morning, loaded with subliminal warnings, that escape concentration and leave only a lingering, latent sense of dread. As I drink coffee and smoke cigarettes to start my day, it is still impossible to distill whether whatever happened, happened. Or if a combination of warm beer interacted with wilted pizza last night to wreck my sense of well-being and leave me near a nervous breakdown over an essay that was due 6 years ago. It's a bit like an alien abduction, where an old man claims his dreams are really erased memories of flying saucers, furtive surgeries, and generally fucked up situations. Except instead of the grades, I'm getting visits from my gym teacher in 10th grade. She's a strange being obsessed with heart rates and running laps who makes me play handball instead of doing horrific experiments. I'm really not sure I wouldn't rather be violated for the furthering of intergalactic knowledge. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that. But you have to go with what you know. And I'm working off what somebody told me, this was a while ago, you only get one poem and you work on it all your life. That's possible, probably probable, but I don't know what I did to deserve a 16-year-old muse who wears too much green eyeliner and too many bracelets and who dyed a purple streak into her hair and thinks the world can end now that Panic at the Disco has broken up. Every bit of inspiration I get appears as a text message in my head. I think the purest form of expression might be the Facebook status update, and I feel this strange urge to write odes to glittering vampires. I'll tell you what, if I'm still unknown, it's not my fault. Shakespeare never had to deal with this shit. Just imagine Romeo crooning to Juliet. Somehow I doubt if you required reading. But as I said, you have to make the best of it. Go the route of pop punk bands releasing albums documenting first dates and third period romance, when they personally are 35, millionaires, and proud parents. That's right, Mark, Tom, and Travis, I'm looking at you. It's time to put on your pants and jacket. You've made your money running through the halls of your high school and screaming at the top of your lungs. Time to give someone else some time. Clearly, my muse can't walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. But if I get a guitar, who knows? Maybe my record will go gold. For a hit single, sure, I'm willing to cut this to 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm willing to make this radio friendly. I'm willing to remove all recognition of religion, willing to forget the realization that we have no idea what reality is. I'm willing to reduce my mention to mediocre meanderings about middle school. I'm willing to redact my reflections until they are random images of inebriation. And I am more than willing to bring T-Pain on board for my next project. And if I did something wrong, I can blame it on memories that aren't just fuzzy anymore, but positively fictional. As we struggle to survive in no man's land between the 5 and the 10-year reunions, we aren't just looking through a glass darkly, we're looking through a glass drunkly. I can't even tell you who I talk to in homeroom anymore, but buy me a beer, and I'll believe it was you. We'll begin the night as strangers and end the night as close as partners in a buddy cop comedy. And then I'll write a ballad describing the bad times we got through together. The lyrics won't be anything special, but that strumming acoustic melody will break some hearts. It'll be a top-selling single, and no one will be bothered that it wasn't true.